So rumor has it that the Dallas Cowboys are finally going to get some guts and go after a player that can make a real difference for them. Sounds like the Cowboys are after Dalvin Cook. And you know what? Keep disrespecting Devonte Smith. Keep disrespecting him at your own peril because he is getting ready to go off this year. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Keep disrespecting my man. Keep disrespecting Devonte Smith at your own peril because he is going to go off this year and have a monster year. He will end up being a top 5 wide receiver in this game, mark my words. But he's getting disrespected. Oh, and look, Jerry Jones woke up from his slumber. He woke up from his 4,632 years old sleep to go ahead, and now he's going to get some guts. Apparently, the rumor is that if Dalvin Cook gets cut June 1st, the Cowboys are going to go after him hardcore. And they need to because they can't keep up with the Eagles otherwise. And if they do, Philly 500 doesn't shake. You're still not good enough to beat the Eagles. Maybe the 49ers, but not the Eagles. But before we get into all that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, to the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly, truly means a lot. Now, there's a few things we're going to talk about today. First thing, we've had a few number changes. Now, these aren't that big of a deal, but they're number changes nonetheless, so I want to give them to you. Sidney Brown is going to change his number from 43 to number 21. I like 21 better than 43, but I think, truthfully, to be honest with you, 21 should have been retired. That's Eric Allen. Eric Allen is and should be a Hall of Famer. That should be retired. But Sidney Brown is going to wear it. I like it better than 43. Mekhi Gardner, he goes from 46 to number 43. Wide receiver Charleston Rambo takes number 43. That is the most oddest number for a wide receiver, but it's 43. I imagine if he was to make the Eagles somehow, he would change his number before week 1. And then tight end Dan Arnold is number 46. So that's what he's getting. No big deal. Just had to tell you guys about that. Now, we had some press conference today. Kelsey spoke. James Bradberry spoke. A.J. Brown spoke. I think there was a few other guys that spoke. Those were the 3 that I got to see. And I got to say, the more these guys speak, the more impressed I am with them. This team looks like they're already focused. They know what their mission is. They know they let the Super Bowl get away from them. And they look like they're honed in and ready to go. James Bradberry, he talked today. He was talking about how he wanted to come back to Philly, how, he's glad it worked out. And it's really a shame. He's answering questions about that one play in the Super Bowl. So many people just really act like this guy had a horrible year. He was just this horrible corner that screwed us in the Super Bowl. James Bradberry had, I thought, a fantastic year. I really thought, he had his best year of his career. He said it was his 4th year with Carolina. He thought that was his best year, but I guess he would think this is his 2nd best year. But James Bradberry was very good, and I expect him to be very good next year. I think the Eagles have the best cornerback trio in the National Football League when you take Bradberry, Slay, and Avonte Maddox in the slot. So it was good to hear from Bradberry. I'm glad that he's back. It sounded like he wanted to be back, and he's going to be ready to go. He said he got something for Juju week 1. Cannot wait. Also, A.J. Brown spoke today. Just continuously, I get more impressed with him. For a guy who's such a star wide receiver, he doesn't come off like cocky or arrogant. He seems like a pretty humble, pretty down-to-earth guy. And sometimes, let's face it, With wide receiver stars, you don't get that. But he seems like a great guy. He says he's working very hard on being a complete wide receiver. And it's time to basically dust ourselves off as the Eagles players and the fans and then get back to work. And that's what they're doing. So it was good to hear from both those guys. I expect A.J. Brown to have a monster year. However, I have to say this. I do believe that Devonte Smith is going to be the guy this year. I believe Devonte Smith is going to go off. I have said this before. I have said this time and time again. Devonte Smith, going into his third year, led the team in receptions in just his second year. I expect him to have a huge year. And I think he was completely and utterly disrespected, and I mean disrespected, by this PFF top 10 player list. Did you see this? Did you guys see this? I got to show you this, right? PFF, and a lot of times, let me say this, I don't agree with what they say anyways, but they had PFF's top 10 players under the age of 25. Number 1, Micah Parsons. Number 2, Justin Jefferson. I would flip that. I would have Justin Jefferson over Micah Parsons. Then they have Tristan Wirfs, Jamar Chase, Sauce Gardner, Creed Humphrey, Patrick Surtain, Rashawn Slater, CeeDee Lamb, and even Andrew Thomas. Even Andrew Thomas made it. Now, I have a problem with this list. I have a big problem with this list because there are 2 Eagle players that should be on this list. And one of them is Devonte Smith. You cannot tell me Devonte Smith doesn't belong on this list. He's not. He should be up. He should be ahead. He should be ahead of Creed Humphrey and Patrick Surtain. Do you remember what he did to Surtain his rookie year? I don't know how he's not on this list, right? Devonte Smith's better than CeeDee Lamb. Just going to tell you the way it is. I know Cowboy fans don't want to hear it, but it's true. He's better than CeeDee Lamb. I can't help it. I didn't make it up, but that's the way it is. And for him to not be on this list, to me, is highway robbery. It's absolute highway robbery. Devonte Smith should be on this list. The other guy that should be on this list, you guessed it, Landon Dickerson. How can Landon Dickerson, probably one of the best guards in football already in just a second year, how could he not be on this list? Are you kidding me? Landon Dickerson, not one of the better under 25 players. I think this list is absolutely ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. All right? As Mike Tyson would say, it's ludicrous. Right? And I am the white Mike Tyson. We'll drink to that. I sing like Luther Vandross. I look like Denzel Washington. I talk like Mike Tyson. I'm it, baby. I got it all. Pinky up when you drink like Tony Soprano. Or rather, Paulie Walnuts. Gotta show you have class. But, I gotta say, this list stinks. It stinks. I will no longer acknowledge it because I think it absolutely stinks. Alright? How are you gonna put those guys, how are you not gonna put those guys on the list? I'm sorry. That's absolutely crazy, okay? Other things we got to talk about. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook looks like he is going to be cut June 1st. He is gone. The rumors are swirling that the Dallas Cowboys are going to go after him. It sounds like the Cowboys are going to go hard after him. Pause. And if they do, I have to say, unfortunately, I hate the Cowboys, but that would be the correct move. That would be the right move. That would be the right play if you're the Dallas Cowboys. You have to keep up with the Philadelphia Eagles. You have to try to keep up with their offense. The Eagles are too explosive. They're too good on offense. And I don't think the Cowboys have the horses to match the Eagles right now. They just don't. Okay? CeeDee Lamb, good wide receiver. Now, you probably said, well, how's Devonte Smith better than CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb had this many receptions, blah, blah, blah. He also had way more targets because there was nobody else to throw to. This year, they're going to have other players to throw to. I think Gallup comes back, and he should be good now that he's coming off a year removed from his injury, right? Then they go out and get Cooks. He'll be good for 4 games until he gets hurt. And you'll have CeeDee Lamb. Devonte Smith, better than all of them. Better than all of them. But I do think the Cowboys have to keep up with the Eagles. Dalvin Cook can still play. And if the Cowboys were to add Dalvin Cook to their offense, I'm just being honest. But if they were to get Dalvin Cook and be a part of this team, yes, Dalvin Cook would make the Dallas Cowboys that much better. I think, in all honesty, I think you would be looking at the best team in the conference, Eagles, up here, and then everybody else is down here. I would think that the Dalvin Cook signing could actually bump the Cowboys above the 49ers as the second best team in the NFC. That's how significant of a move I think Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys would be. So it'd be the Eagles up here and then the Cowboys down here if they got Dalvin Cook. Now the Eagles will still beat the crap out of them. Like I said, I do not sweat. But it would be a good move for the Dallas Cowboys. No question about it. Now, will they do that? That is going to be the question of questions. I don't know. But that's what the rumor is. That's what they're saying right now. So we are going to end up seeing. If the Cowboys got Dalvin Cook, man, that would be pretty crazy, though. I'm just being honest. That would be Eagles, Cowboys, probably the best two teams in the NFC. As long as the 49ers don't have a quarterback, I don't think they're the threat that some people think that they are. They have a good roster, but they still need a quarterback. The Dallas Cowboys, they add Dalvin Cook. I think they become better than the San Francisco 49ers, but not nearly as good as the Philadelphia Eagles. And really, that division, Eagles, Dallas, all year, it's going to be one hell of a race. Probably meet each other in the playoffs. And then Dallas will lose before the second round is over because they never get to the championship game anyways. And I would expect the same thing to happen. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Question is this. Is it worth getting the Xbox? Or are they going to be doing a 2-year upgrade soon? Should I wait? I have the PlayStation 5, but I gotta tell you, there's just not that many games out for it. I'm almost thinking it's time to get an Xbox. What do you guys think? Let me know. Denzel Washington out.